With the exclusion of E equals mc squared and the quantum gravity involved with the quantum light, and unfortunately, quantum gravity and silence, there's not one sound, two sounds, three sounds, and four. There's four more, and indeed a lot, to explain when you have these dominant humans who say, well, you can't talk about psi without making sure you don't trip over and fall out a window trying to make sure. Do they really see the 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 with the dominance involved with the war in Ukraine and now Russia and China both supporting a dominant evil and suffering with no emotion in silence? And then you have to go over and find out what happens when quantum gravity waves are too loud for a student studying, who has their negative psi all the way from China, one China, the People's Republic of China, and the People's Republic of North Korea, who say that the psi and negative psi do not equal the negative infinity you can't see anymore because they're bullies in silence, in other words. But to be the change you wish to see in the world, you have to consider, do you confusingly keep thinking about a negative psi and a negative infinity and forget there is not only beauty in engineering, not only what Skunkworks taught me Community House Mental Health Agency threw away in the trash in silence. Not so different than the crimes of humanity, doing what I'm doing now, having to hold what I'm holding now to say to the bullies, leave me alone, and most of all, go do your own work and have your own war. Have your own suffering trying to figure out, well, how do you go from here to here and find out really all you're trying to do has to do with a dinosaur who has to trip and fall and break legs and do what I'm doing now to try to bend over and say, oh my gosh, can there indeed be a dinosaur instead of these dominant humans telling me to shut up on the floor below and up here when I'm trying to say, look, infinity, dinosaur, brain, and heart in silence. So distracted by so much confusion and so many people staring at me for talking so loudly and doing so much behavior they say is incorrect in the engineering building, disrupting their hallucination of the fascination that they have with the sound I make. The dead bones of silence.